Ciao Juventini of the world, my name is Giuseppe, welcome back on the channel, I hope you are all doing well. It's Monday and we start immediately with some bomba news because we just have a new player that has been announced a few seconds ago. We have one player that left with controversial words and we have a huge, big rumor. The rumor that came from France, L'Equipe. Xavi already apparently contacted by Juve to start initial talks or receiving some informations. We spoke about these three things. We'll continue to speak, of course, about Mercato. We have also an announcement today. So I hope you're all doing well. Ragazzi, we have a lot of things to speak about because it's the last week of Mercato. You know that in 1 week, well, it will be the last day of Mercato. We finish on Monday the 3rd. When people are saying from France, it's important. What I'm saying is important, guys. The words that I'm using when I'm telling you it's an information that comes from France. Because already I have my ideas there. I already have my ideas. Why we heard that rumor. I know why we heard that rumor. I will explain you in a second. Then, of course, you will tell me if my theory is correct or not. We can speak about Cambiaso. We can speak about Douglas Luiz, of course, if you want as well. First of all, before saying hello to you guys, before starting to do ciao a lui, ciao a questo, ciao a this, ciao a that, let me start immediately with the first hello and welcome to Renato Veiga. We heard it on the WhatsApp group of Juventus, the way that he pronounced his name, Renato Veiga. Welcome to Juventus because he joins on loan from Chelsea Football Club. Look, I told you I could have possibly yesterday do a Here We Fly and today a marathon of Renato Veiga. It was absolutely not to disrespect him or to tell you I don't care about him joining Juve, but it's true that it comes right after the Napoli loss and I still needed to digest, so I didn't have really the mood to go with a big one like that, especially because we know it's also a player that comes on loan like it's also written here. Juventus are delighted to welcome Portuguese defender Renato Veiga, who will join the club on loan from Chelsea until the end of the season 24-25. When we are looking at the comunicato, what does that say today? It's written really small, guys, so believe what I'm telling you. But Juventus Football Club announces that an agreement with Chelsea Football Club for the temporary acquisition until the 30th of June 2025, something that is extremely annoying for the people that are playing that Club World Cup, like we already said for Colomoni, of the registrations right of the player Da Palma Veiga Renato. Da Palma Veiga Renato has been reached for a consideration of 3.8 million with an initial cost up to 0.2, so we can speak about a 4 million loan until the end of the season. The consideration may be increased up to a maximum of 1.5 million over the duration of the player's contract upon the achievement of further performance objective. Look, when we hear a possibility of increasing these 4 million by 1.5, I can tell you that I really hope that we reach these 1.5 on top, because that would mean that all the objectives are reached. I don't know what are the objectives. Is it winning the Serie A? Is it qualifying to Champions League? Is it the appearances? Is it the goal contribution? I don't know. We will never know. But I can tell you that if we have to pay 1.5, it means that things were good. He arrived at Juventus yesterday. We see already here the picture with Cristiano Giuntoli, and then we see also that he has chosen for the number 12. So a number 12 that spoke Portuguese left, Alexandro, the Brazilian one. We have one that is coming now from Chelsea, but he's a Portuguese player. He's also speaking Portuguese. We have a new number 12 in house, Renato Veiga. It's really funny because the last two 12s at Juve had a name that, you know, that came like Renato Veiga, Alex Sandro. Funny. Hopefully he can be the first Alexandro that arrived at Juve and probably not the last Alexandro that arrived at Juve, but he will have really a short time to prove himself. Welcome, Renato Veiga. Benvindo, like we say in Portuguese. Now that we say welcome to Renato, we'll continue to speak about him in a second if you want. Let's go and say hello to Fibix, to Amin, to Lionel Creative. Today I said in the entire video, alibi. When some people wrote to me, Beppe, it's alibi. Beppe, it's alibi, not alibi. I like alibi, guys. It is what it is. No, I tell you, when you're recording and you're in your thought and you try to be really correct with what you're saying, especially in difficult videos, you really try to think about what you're saying and then you forget about the words and the pronunciation. So I said alibi like 100 times. I'm sorry for that. So the people in the chat that told me they will recognize themselves, you know, it's absolutely not something that I'm pissed off about or that I don't I like. I really like when people are telling me Beppe, it's more like that. Probably I will forget the next time, but at least, you know, these things are starting to enter my brain. Ciao King, ciao LJJ, Limo, Bogdan is there, ciao Johnny, Xavi, Rumours, we'll speak about that. That will be one of the big topics of today. And also the words of Danilo that a lot of people, they have interpreted like controversial. Personally, same here. Personally, same here. Some parts of the 3-minute long video, Saraz posted today in the Instagram. Saraz posted today in the Telegram group also the words of Danilo that we will go towards a bit later. I already took the picture, so thanks to that, it's in Telegram group and also here, and we will go towards the words of Danilo a bit later, of course. Ciao Ahmad, Xavi, no thanks already. We have yes, we have no. Ciao Betty, ciao Carlo, ciao Chef with an X, Steve Cano is there as well. Nini Baranto, Pavel, Bebo. We have Fibix, we have Football News, we have Wolf, we have Sasha is there as well, Antonio, etc, etc, etc. We have a lot of people. Nice jacket, Beppe. I have the shirt from this line. The jacket is beautiful. Indeed, the jacket is beautiful. You see that behind me we have also the Capitano. Speaking about the jacket, I have a... Now that we start also for the people that are watching replay, pay attention because on Thursday, this Thursday, so the day after Champions League, we will be here at 9:30 p.m. my time. So it's 8:30 p.m. UK. It's 3:30 in New York. Then it depends where you live. Make the calculation. But 9:30 p.m. here on Thursday. That should be the official date and time of every week we start. Every week we start with what? Well, with a live with guests. Live with guests. You can see it here. The thumbnail is already ready. That's the thumbnail that can change from time to time. Of course, we can have sometimes 2 guests. Can have 3 guests. But this is the format that I promised you for 2025. We have the kickoff on Thursday. I already have the 3 first guests, and I think that they are good. I think that you will enjoy them. And of course, there will be rotation in the guests. They will be called up. The idea is to have some guests that are coming often. Some guests that are extremely, you know, like big VIPs, like we'll try some journalists, who knows, maybe one day ex-players, which is at the moment not the plan, but you never know, or people from television, or people that can bring something, not always Juventini. Sometimes we can also have an external eye, but you know, of course, if we are with 4, at least 3 of them should be Juventini. And then sometimes we'll also ask to the members of this channel if they want to join. So for the members of the channel, I really wanted to thank you, because from time to time I want at least one of you to tell me, Beppe, on that Thursday I would love to join, so that we can prepare, we can test the connection if it's working or not, and then you can join us when we will speak about Juventus. It will not be the traditional post-game, even if this time it will probably be after we play against Benfica, but it will be Juve Talk. Juve Talk, you will participate because you will interact in the chat, so it's not a simple conversation without people interacting. We talk between each other and people in the chat when they have good questions or good remarks. I will make sure that I pin the comments or that we answer to this thing. So I hope you are happy with that one. Thank you to Neven that created the thumbnail in collaboration for me. This time, and only this time today, I gave you the intro song from the countdown that has been created by Alessio, that is here in the chat as well. Thank you to Aman. I'm not sure if he's here today or not, that gave us a bit of opinion about Beppe. Maybe put the microphone a bit here on the right side or not. So some insights he's there. Some insights about that. So thank you, and also, of course, the guest. If you want, guys, if you really want, you can go on Instagram. Here, I will show you. here, not on Renato Veiga, but under my profile. And you see here that we have a picture dedicated, tag the guest I should invite. So if you want to, you can start asking who you want to see here. And if you tag him, maybe he can see the post and maybe he can say, oh, I would love to or not, or maybe yes or no. Anyway, so if you want to, go there, tag the people that you want me to invite in the next coming weeks. And that was for the little promo of Beppe. Ciao Chiellostar. Ciao Aman again. Did you get this idea from the Calcio Heat? Who is Calcio Heat? No, actually, where it comes from, it's something that maybe I can tell you words why I really wanted to do that. Yours replied. I didn't know. Wait. Let's see. How can we check that here? I don't know how to check, guys. And now because it's small version, when it's small version, I'm not sure if I'm able to see. Here with the hearts. View all 30 comments. Let me check. It's not working because it's the small version. More here. It's not working, guys. It is not working. Let me check. Maybe it's written here on Instagram. Yeah, answered. Great. So one of these days we'll have also Thiago that agreed, that said, Beppe, we will be there. I love that. I really love that. So why the idea? Because actually I did it extremely long time ago. I believe it's 4 seasons ago, for an entire season. One time a week on Juventus, JB World in English with a fantastic crew. It was really, really nice. And it was something that I really wanted to put here also on the channel. I waited because I didn't want, because I was also on the Juve channel. We had sometimes some talks there, so I didn't want to go with too many concepts at the same time. But because I'm a lot of time alone, it's something that I really wanted to do since long time. Sometimes because of that priority, I was not able to do it. But yeah, I want other people as well to give their opinion here on the channel. And I'm sure that you will love the first. Invite Moji. I would love to, even if he doesn't speak English. There are some, I will continue to do sometimes one-to-one. I will continue to do one-to-one. Who knows? Maybe I can do one day a video with Moji in Italian with translation in English. Who knows? Ciao Beppe and Juventini, ciao grande Christian, the day we lost our capitano. Okay, we spoke about Renato Veiga. Are there more comments that we want to share about Renato Veiga before going towards that second topic? Renato Veiga, you can see also the pictures already of Renato Veiga that was in the J Medical today, the usual ones. And I think that simultaneously, as I went live, it was Juventus that already posted the first day of Renato Veiga. So I'm really curious to read the first words, even if I think that there will be the usual ones. I'm happy to be here to meet the people, to play for the very first time in our stadium, to discover the stadium of Juve. I would love to win the Champions League, these kind of things. Of course. But let's see if this will happen or not. Here we see Renato Veiga on TikTok, as you can see, with I don't know what song it is, guys. I don't know if it's that song or not. I don't know. Can someone confirm me if it is that song? Just by watching the image, I have that idea. Let me listen to it. Wait, 1 second. No, it's another song. Anyway, we don't care. It's not. I tried. They are singing Mercato is crazy. How crazy that would be. I think sometimes there are missing opportunities at Juventus Football Club. How crazy would that be if they go with Mercato is crazy tonight, la 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 la. Mercato is crazy. La 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 la. Eccolo. That would be really, really beautiful. However, Beppe, you sang it correctly. Na ni na ni na na. Anyway, okay, great. We spoke about that, even if it was not really important. What else about Renato Veiga? I'm curious. I told you, and this week is decisive to understand which other center back will join Juventus, if there will be another center back, to really understand the position that he will play at. Will it be also a player that we will believe that he will play as a center back as Cabal was meant to be, and then at the end he will always play on the left? Maybe Cambiaso, if he stays, can play on the right side with Veiga on the left, and then you have Kalulu Gatti in the middle. If they need to rest, he can go a bit more central with Cambiaso on the left and McKennie on the right side. It depends a lot about who will be the other center-backs. If there is a center-back, like Amat is saying, center-backs, do we have candidates? We have, it is the usual ones. It is the one from Newcastle, Lloyd Kelly. That is a player that is still in the list, even if Newcastle, they want a permanent signing or a loan with an obligation to buy, while Juventus, they go with exactly the same strategy in the winter. I was not expecting, guys, that we would have gone with that many temporary solutions. For the striker, I could have, guessed it. But it's true that we are going now with 2 players out of 3 that we already signed that are there until the 30th of June. So not even for the Club World Cup. 30th of June and they are gone. Theoretically, then you can always sit again at the table, you can renegotiate, you can ask for a new loan, you can sign permanently if you were totally convinced, if you have the necessary moment. Let's see who will join extra from Juve. They want a loan for Lloyd Kelly, but they don't want to go immediately for him, because, with the big dream, the number 1 target since long is David Hansko. Hansko, that at the moment should not join Juve because Feyenoord, they don't want to. So Juventus, from what I heard today, maybe that's a news about Cambiaso. Nothing will happen tomorrow. Nothing will happen on Wednesday. Things will happen on Thursday. That's what I heard. If something needs to happen, it's from Thursday. So Juventus and Manchester City, they say, okay, we don't care if it's for 1 more day or 2 more days or not. Because on Wednesday we play Champions League. Oh, also there, we don't know if City will qualify or not. Of course, if they qualify to the playoffs, they have the opportunity to play more games, so they will probably go and push. If they don't qualify for playoff, maybe they say, okay, look, we just focus on the Champions League, on the Premier League, where we already have some distance. We don't even know if we have the possibility to win it again or to compete for the title. Maybe going and spending 60, 65 now, it's maybe a huge investment for Cambiaso. At the moment, maybe we just wait for the summer. Could be the strategy. I didn't receive the why. I just know from what people told me, if there is a push for Cambiaso, if really they will go with that offer, it comes after the Champions League of the 29th. And that's also the moment, yes or no, where Juventus will understand if they can knock at the door of Feyenoord again. We received the offer for Cambiaso. They already spoke about everything, guys. They already spoke about everything. So it will not be an offer, a negotiation offer. It will be, look, we understood what you want. This is what we give you. You're happy. That's the offer. They will already meet with a fast agreement, yes or no. The player is already happy with Manchester City, the destination, the salary, the length of contract, with everything. Juventus and Manchester City, from what I know, they already spoke about money, even if there was not an official offer at the moment. And that could arrive on Thursday, 30th, Friday, 31st of January, with a few more days of Mercato to go. Juventus, they will not go for a fullback if Cambiaso leaves, but probably directing that money to an offer for Hansko, where they will also know on the Wednesday evening, Thursday morning, where they will be, in what position they will be in Champions League. You don't know yet your opponent, but you know one of the 2 possibilities for your opponent. So let's see. But this is the update about Cambiaso. Guys, this morning I asked a question, an important one. Cambiaso, Vlahovic are 2 big names. I asked someone, will they both leave? Will they both stay? Or will there be one that will leave? And the feeling, without certainty, but the feeling is that one of them could leave in January. They didn't tell me Cambiaso with certainty. They didn't tell me Vlahovic with certainty. They told me one of them could leave before the end of the winter transfer market. Jesus. If Cambiaso leaves, we need to go wild and go for Di Marco, Theodore, or Steel Trent. It's beautiful to dream indeed. I saw the answer from Ryan. Keep praying, Jesus. The answer was beautiful. I don't know, guys, if it's... but I tell you, the winter one could leave, both could leave, none of them could leave, but in the summer, they are gone. So it's just postponing one of both if one leaves immediately. If it's Cambiaso that leaves immediately, then Vlahovic will follow in the summer. If it's Vlahovic that leaves, Cambiaso will leave in the summer as well. So I believe the destiny of these two players is already sealed and done. You can earn a lot of money with Cambiaso, not that much with Vlahovic. So if there is really one of them that should leave, priority. If really one needs to leave, I think that Vlahovic is better now because you are able to save a lot of salary from him from the remaining part of the season. I'm sorry for the noise, but I had a bit of warm. So Dusan Vlahovic could possibly leave, and you can even cash in a bit, while in the summer the price will drop even more, like LJJ is telling us. Tonali update, yes, I have a Tonali update. The Tonali update is 0 possibilities in this winter market. 0. Forget about it. Dorgu, Manchester United, they will go with another offer really soon. They understood that the price is 40 million, where Lecce, they don't want to give a lot of margin. You want the player now, 40 million euro, or he doesn't move. Juventus gave up on these prices. It's impossible to go for that. Fagioli, look at that, mamma mia, today it's boom, 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 mamma mia, oh, Mercato, boom, boom, boom. I know, because people sometimes they say, Beppe, you speak too much. Oh, I gave you already 100 news and we are only at 23 minutes, and I didn't even speak you about Xavi. About Xavi and Danilo, that are the two main topics of today's video. Fagioli, look, Marseille came back with a big interest. You know it, that Zerbi is a fan of Fagioli. Came back on him, but also Fiorentina is still on the player. And then you have a third option, which is Parma. Attenzione, because Parma, as you know, or maybe you don't know, but who is the new boss of Parma, the new sporting director, is Federico Cherubini. And Federico Cherubini knows him really well. He knows him from here, from the first team, but he also knows him already from the youth academy, because he grew him up. So Cherubini. But Cherubini is a smart guy, and he wants to wait until the last day of Mercato to have him on loan, which Juventus would not that much agree with. Because if you give him a loan, Juventus, they want to loan players so that they don't pay, but they don't want to loan out players, especially like Fagioli, where you can cash in. Then, will it happen or not? You know it. If you are at the 31st of January, if you are at the 2nd of January, and nothing is happening, and you know that there is no money that will enter for that player, and he's out of the project, maybe you can even loan him out. Not that much to save the salary, because the salary is not that high, but at least to tell the player go and play, especially because there is a name that today came again on the front, and it's not the first time. It's not the first time that we hear about him, guys, but it is Chukwuemeka. Chukwuemeka, guys. If this player joins Juve, we will have a bit of problems, We will have a bit of problems. Chukwuemeka, because I will need to... train, During the direct talks between Juve and Chelsea for Renato Veiga, Carney Chukwuemeka names has also been discussed. He's still one to watch for the final days of the window, with several clubs that are keen on signing Carney. Young player. Look, we will copy-paste the name, otherwise we will go crazy here. We will copy-paste the name. It's a midfielder. This is, for the people that do not know, it is a midfielder. Wait, attenzione. No, I don't want notifications. Leave me alone. So, it is a midfielder, 21 years old, double passport, English and Nigerian passport. You know that we have only one slot for English players. They can come, but only one slot. or one Albanian player as well, because these players are not in the EU from football, but they can possibly enter. But attention, because he has been born in Austria, which means that I think he has also the passport probably because he's born there, so it could be not even a player considered English, which is always good. It's a midfielder that is not playing at Chelsea, but guys, they have 150 players, so it's impossible. Midfielder, you never know. If Fagioli had to leave on loan and you can go with a loan with an option to buy for that player, I don't know that player really well. Honestly, I will not lie here. I will not try to tell you things that I don't know. Of course, I could have prepared myself going and looking at the stats and telling you, oh, he's physically strong. I didn't want to lie to you. Player that grew up with the Aston Villa Youth Academy before going to Chelsea in 22-23. So it's there already since 22-23, 23-24, and now it's already third season. If we are looking at all his experience since young, at Chelsea, what can we see? Stats all season. I will just pick Chelsea. All clubs. You see, Chelsea started with the under 21 as well. So it's a player, honestly, that didn't play a lot with the first team. 32 games with first team. If you're looking at the Premier League, only the first season he played 14 games for a total of 345 minutes, which is absolutely not a lot. The year after, only 9 games, 1 goal, 1 assist, 223 minutes. And then this season, only 116 minutes for a total appearances of 4 in Conference League, not even in Premier League. But that's one of the problems, Codino, that I would love to tell you about Renato Veiga. I would love to tell you about so many players like Lloyd Kelly. I told you I don't want him, but I don't really know him that much. I've seen him a bit more than the other ones because he's older, because he already has a past. But honestly, I don't really know them. And then it's true, if we need to go for players that are never playing on loan, I don't know how smart of an investment it is. Guys, at the moment, I tell you, and you know it, I knew that financially it was not that easy. But at the moment, I'm a bit disappointed, especially because our defender, Renato Veiga, I'm not even sure if he's really a specialist as a center back. I know that he plays as a left back. I know that he played when he was younger as a midfielder. We saw him a bit as a center back. But honestly, I don't know. That's really a problem, guys. Then, on the other side, if we are looking at the positive things, because you need always to look a bit at the positive things, we were expecting a lot from Koopman as the best midfielder of Serie A. He's not performing. We were expecting a lot from Douglas Luiz, the best midfielder of a Premier League. He's not performing. Who is performing? The players that we were expecting, 0 from them. Cabal was performing until the injury. And then we have the other one. Who is it? Kalulu, that nobody wanted at Juve. These are the players that are performing on top of a Thuram. And Conceição, maybe. Yeah, of course. Also here, a lone player. So the biggest investment never worked, and the players that are a bit unknown, these players, or that we had not that much expectation for, they are performing. Strange, huh? Yeah, Locatelli, maybe, yeah, of course, but Locatelli is a different story, Locatelli is a player that was already from us. I'm speaking really about new signings, the one that you are not expecting anything from, or probably the one that are performing this season. The big ones, not, which is annoying, really annoying. Let me take a moment to say hello to Mikel. Mikel, you know that he's already writing here on the channel since 3-4 weeks now, with a lot of pessimistic takes, and also quite direct in his way of commenting, like stop speaking about this, stop doing this, stop giving hope, stop. In the beginning, I got angry, honestly, because I said, okay, you can share your opinion. Like, everyone can share their opinion. You can say Motta out if you want to. You can say that we are a Finnish club if you want to. You can say whatever you want. But what I don't like on my channel is when people are directly saying you can say this or you cannot say this. Okay, if you don't agree, don't go away. But then, after 3-4 weeks, I started to understand that Mikel, that is also writing the exact same things under my Instagram post, is actually the one that I had a long follow relationship on Twitter, and he was always like that. Every single time that I was tweeting something, I was telling something negative from Denmark. Mikkel, our great friend. One day I told him, but you are never watching my videos. He said, no, I'm not watching. I'm extremely happy that, after 5 years, he decided to make the step to say, stop Twitter. Now I will go watch the videos of Pepe and I will start putting a bit of negativity there as well. Grande Mikel. Welcome, Mikel. You are a really great guy. I'm happy that you are here with us as well. Let me say thank you to Mitch Dyer. Signings, loan speaks against long-term. More panic. Thank you for the donation, Mitch. Look, this is a bit what I was a bit scared about. I don't know if it's panic, like we don't want to sign players that will be here and maybe there will be no Champions League, maybe there will be another coach, you never know. So we don't want to go with players and then there is a sudden change. On the other side, I'm not even thinking that much it's because of that. I think really you had first objective that you were not able to go for. And because you don't go for your first objective, because it's impossible to go for them for X, Y, Z reason, and that you thought probably that you would have signed them, have them under control much earlier, well, these extra players are opportunities that you go for without 100% believing in them on long term. Or indeed, you're just waiting for the money go for one big name. That could be the Hansko of the situation. But it's true that Mitch, when I repeat you that I'm not happy with the transfer market session of the winter, and I have nothing against Alberto Costa. I have absolutely nothing against Renato Veiga. I will support them the same way as Kenan Yildiz, as Mattia Perin, as whoever is playing and putting that shirt on. The same. But it's true that when you're watching them on loan, and this is strategy, and we are spending a bit of money also on them, it's not a free loan that you're doing. It's true that you know that something is not 100% right. That's something you ask yourself questions. It's true. Panic buy, I don't know, but surely not first priority. 100% believe in signings. That's a fact. Limo 2000, thank you, my friend. 27 months. Chuku is a nice player to sign permanently. I like. I saw that he was valued at 15 million euro, which means nothing. You know that. Transfer market gives you an indication, but it's not telling you how much a club will ask for him. It depends on a lot of things. The age, 21, is not playing in our favor, of course. Then, is he playing, is not playing, that helps. But contract until 2028, so he has still a contract for 3 more years. That doesn't make actually the request of Chelsea lower than these 15. Probably they would love to cash in because they spent also 18 million, which more or less they already recuperated in a way, or at least big part of it. But they will probably ask you towards these 15, 20. Can we go like we went for Alberto Costa? Could be, but that means that you are really in love with the player, and that's the player that you really want to. Could be. Then it means they believe in that guy in prospect, because not immediately today. I don't know him that much. Alessio is telling us, attenzione Beppe, unpopular opinion. Ooh, maybe we can make a poll out of it. Thiago Motta has difficulties handling top players. He's used to get lower or to let lower underdog players perform well as a team. This is the unpopular opinion. I don't know if it's an unpopular opinion. Vlahovic, I don't know if it's... Guys, you know what I would love to add on that one? I'm not even sure if it's only Thiago Motta. Look, we will speak about Danilo in a second, but Rabiot left. Danilo left. Chiesa left. Vlahovic could possibly leave. Cope Manners is not performing. Douglas Luiz, neither. There were some rumors in the beginning of the season that they didn't get along that much between them. Szczesny left. We can say because of this, but what do we see? We see a pattern that indeed the bigger players, the player with personality, are leaving Juve. Is it to save salary? Yes, absolutely. Is it because they really want to turn the page with people that knew Andrea Agnelli, that were coached by Massimiliano Allegri? It could be as well. It could be as well. I think that there is maybe a little bit of influence of that. Then if you're speaking only about the field, today I cannot confirm, but I cannot deny neither. I cannot confirm, I cannot deny. Because it's true that at Bologna, all the players were nearly unknown, and it turned a bit into magic, the players from Bologna, in actually making them overperforming. There was one player that was known at Bologna, and it was Arnautovic, that didn't perform and at the end went away. So at the moment I cannot confirm, because you need a few seasons, but I cannot deny, which is annoying, of course. Purely about the field. I would not blame Thiago Motta on the performances of Danilo, because this is something that we all saw coming, of course, the decrease in the performance of Danilo. But it's an interesting one, Alessio. Absolutely. Salamakers, can we really say that Salamakers was a player of personality, character, big, huge CV? No. He was from Milan. He was not even loved. He was not really working. He was a young player that goes to Bologna and look for doing something better. But no, I would not say that he's in the same category, honestly. I would not say that Salamakers was a Cope Manners. No. How can you ruin Cope? How about the fact that he's not changing tactics and always playing on the wings, denying that our best players are in the middle? It's a good question. It's a good question. Look, that I don't 100% agree with the word that a lot of people are saying about Thiago. He's stubborn in not wanting to change, because honestly I saw some changes. I think it's not about being stubborn, not wanting to make changes. Dusan Vlahovic, that is on the bench, is a huge big change. Playing immediately Colomani, we changed way of playing, stopping with that 4-2-3-1, because 4-2-3-1 is something that I don't see anymore since long time, or since a few games. I saw now more a 4-3-3. Cope Manners, that in the last game, well, I would love to tell you he didn't play as a 10. The problem is he didn't play at all. But he was also on the field a bit more lower, even in that first half when we had the dominance of the game, like in Milan, exactly the same. So I would not tell you that it's about tactics, not wanting to play, to be stubborn on we do the 4-2-3-1 or the 4-1-4-1 and we don't change anything. No, we saw some changes. Then on the other side, it's true that I continue to insist, like Alessio just mentioned, that is playing on the wings always, and we never play centrally. I went again in the start, I didn't speak about it after Napoli. Again, the same thing, like against Bruges, like against a lot of teams. We don't play centrally, while our best player should be best player, is there in the middle. So, yeah, I agree with you on that one. It's problematic, I agree. What I blame Thiago Motta again, and I said it so many times, people, they didn't listen to me in the beginning. Now they start to realize what is annoying is the changes that he made. But the changes that he made without changing plan during that game. And I really believe it also comes from, we played 3 games in a week. This is something that is maybe a lot for him to prepare way of playing. You can go with grinta, you can go with motivation, which is one way to fuck up players, or you can go with a way of playing, with alternatives, with patterns. These patterns needs to be trained. They need to enter the mind of the players. And if you see that you prepare one game that is Milan exceptionally well against a team that didn't play well that game, but you prepare it really well, and then you have Bruges when you have one plan that is not the same as against Milan, it's a different plan, but one plan only. And when it's not working, you insist on that one because probably you don't have plan B. When you play against Napoli, you have one plan that is working, but from the moment that they change their plan, they go with aggressivity. And our response is Bangula Savona, with all the respect to Bangula and Savona that you know I like a lot. But that cannot be the message that you send, especially because it's spot for spot. Exactly 10 minutes later, you're doing it again with Douglas Luiz and Conceição, spot for the players. And again, you keep a co-manager that should have deserved to be out of the field, I believe, at the 46th minute. No? And if you don't believe in Douglas Luiz immediately in that second half because he's light, then you don't put him even later. But if you really don't believe in him, you play with 2 midfielders there. Or you find the technique to put Savona and McKennie in a 3-man midfield. As easy as that. I don't care about the name, not the name. Who cares? Anyway, let's move on. I need to speak about something because it's already 42 minutes and then we didn't speak about that. Bam, 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 bam. Xavi a été contacté par la Juventus de Turin. Xavi has been contacted by Juventus. This is the big bomba that comes from L'Equipe. I wanted to make a video about it immediately. It was like 4 p.m. or 5 p.m. But then we worked on that one, so I postponed it also because I knew that it would have been a news. A lot of flames, no fire. You know what I mean? Has been already denied by a lot of journalists. Look, according to me, guys, it comes from France. L'Equipe. Tell me, why is that news coming from France? Why is it coming from L'Equipe? Why is it coming now? Tell me what you think. Then I will give you my idea that I made myself without checking with any source. It's just an idea that I have. Ciao Alessio, no, non è confermato. Una voce dalla Francia del giornale L'Equipe però è già stata smentita da tanti giornalisti. Dunque, mangia tranquillo. Thiago Motta, non Xavi. Ah, bravo, it's bravo. It's a lot of smoke and no fire. I said a lot of flames, bravo. Smoke. It was a lot of smoke and no fire. There was one that indeed gave me the same. No, guys, it's not that one. It's not Xavi to PSG and Luis Enrique to Juve. It's probably this one. Because Thiago Motta could go to PSG. But pay attention. Before I reinforce that message, I need to be cautious. Because otherwise people will say, Beppe said Thiago Motta wants to go to PSG. No, that's not what I said. Because Al-Khelaifi, the president of Paris Saint-Germain, wants Thiago Motta. And that's already totally different. And you know it, in a moment of difficulty, if you can start creating these kinds of news, if you can start, a leak information to a journalist that is coming from trustable sources that receive that information from somewhere in the huge offices of Paris Saint-Germain, my theory, guys, not confirmed. We want to stop with Luis Enrique, third year. It's okay, then he leaves. And we want to go for Thiago Motta because we really believe in him. Played at Paris Saint-Germain, loved by the supporters. We believe in him. Trained already the youth academy. If I am not wrong, I told you here on the channel that there was a phone call from Al-Khelaifi a few weeks ago, a few months ago, before the things were dropping down. Do you remember? Before the endless draws. Who was there when I told you that there was that call? Mr. Adrian was there. You remember? I told you there was a call from Al-Khelaifi to Thiago Motta to say, Thiago, what do you think next season? You remember when I told you that? Where Thiago said, leave me alone. I am at Paris Saint-Germain. I am at Juventus. I'm happy here. No. Juve Pulse remembers. Forza Juve Eric was there. Sir Raz was here. I told you that. And I'm not surprised that that news comes from France. It's not coming from Catalonia, Spain, Barcelona side, which would make sense. No. It comes from L'Equipe, France. I'm not saying that L'Equipe is lying. I think that in the head office of Paris Saint-Germain, they spoke with one. We can, speak about that. Leak the information. Go to L'Equipe. Juve contacted Xavi. No. From what I know, I heard, not from the Xavi thing, but from Juve side, there is no contact with Xavi at the moment. I always say at the moment because tomorrow, maybe Juventus will read that. It was, maybe I like it. I like Xavi. And then they change totally. But at today, there is no contact with Xavi, no interest from Juve for Xavi. And I'm happy that also a lot of journalists are doing. So why are they pushing that news? For a simple reason. If you start putting it on papers, if you start putting pressure on the coach that knows, true or not true, because he will ask to Cristiano Giuntoli, he will tell him, is that true, that news? Cristiano will say no. Do you believe Cristiano or not? Last year he told us we are the best friends with Massimiliano Allegri. Why they were not speaking with each other for like 3 months? We believe in Max Allegri, best coach of the world. We need to continue with him. I remember you were always pissed, and at the end he was gone. You remember that? So it's the same thing. He will tell you, no, we never spoke with Xavi. You will not 100% believe in him. So you put, it's like Inception. Bravo. I don't know. No, nobody wrote it because I'm the genius. I'm a genius guy. Did you watch the movie Inception with Leonardo DiCaprio? It's exactly the same. It's exactly the same. You put an idea, book, here in the brain, you put an idea, and then you start thinking about it. You put an idea in the mind of Thiago Motta, you put an idea in the mind of Juventus, then maybe it will happen. But coming from an idea, it's exactly that. This is the technique that they do. Oh, mamma mia. I should have written the title of today, Inception. Inception Xavi. Planting a seed. Too late. Let me read a bit of your comments and then I will tell you my opinion if Xavi would really be a candidate to Juve. Sergio, attenzione. Thank you, Sergio. Delgadillo, thank you, really appreciate it. And then a second one, another one, thank you, with your comment. I believe putting Dougie as a number 10 and Cope as a 6. And who do you sacrifice? That's the huge big question. I would agree. You remember, we all had the same idea, not where they play, but we had Thuram, Douglas Luiz, Cope minus. At the moment, the one that is the best from the midfield is the one that we were not mentioning. It's Locatelli, followed by Thuram. So one needs to leave. Look, I would put at the moment, and I would really feel bad for it, but at the moment I would put Koopman. I think it's the ideal moment also to put him on the bench. We have Benfica, that if you win, you draw, you lose, you are qualified for the top 24. I don't know in what position. You can win and you can play against Real Madrid. You can lose, you can play against Liverpool. No, not Liverpool. You can lose and you can play against Paris Saint-Germain. You can win, you can play against Stuttgart, I'm just saying. Or you can lose and you can play against, we don't know. We really don't know because there will be everything simultaneously, so it's extremely difficult to judge. But put Cope on the bench. Whatever the result will be, you already qualify in top 24. If we would have won against Bruges, and we had that opportunity to stay in the top 8 because we would have been in the top 8 and to stay in the top 8, then probably I would have tell you go with the team that you believe can win that game 100%. Now today I would test Douglas on the field. Let me put the lights a bit lower because it's starting to hurt me. Voila. It's a bit more cautious. That's what I would do. And then you have 2 other games that we play, Empoli and Como in Serie A. So if there is a moment where I want to see Douglas Luiz playing from the beginning of the game and a bit of rest for Cope and entering Cope from the bench, I think this is the moment. This is the moment. Don't know what you think, guys. Antonio Velianovsky, 32 months with us. What is your opinion of Xavi as a coach? But voila, we arrived there. Beautiful assist. Thank you for 32 months, and that's where I wanted to go before we forgot. But first of all, let me say thank you to all the Juventini of the world that are here on the channel. Attenzione, 35,820. 820. No. What's the score there when they are playing the darts? 180. It's not 820. 280. I don't know, guys. It's 180. Oh. I never understood that game. They put sometimes it's not even in the middle and they win. Why? I really don't get that. Or you will tell me that I was wrong my entire life when I was a kid and when I was throwing in the middle. Why are they playing no, put it in the middle, no? It's easy, the rule. No, they play you have the circle here, they put it here and they win. Why? Anyway, who cares? I don't care. Ciao, Monkey Nocco. They saying, good evening, my god. I'm not the goat. But one day, someone will explain me the rules of darts. What do I think about Xavi? I will be unpopular here. According to me, probably, at today, Xavi could potentially be a more ready coach than Thiago, but potentially Thiago Motta would be much stronger than Xavi, I believe. I really believe so. So I would not do the swap at any cost. I would not do it. It's a coach, Xavi, that trained, I believe, in Saudi Arabia or in Qatar. Correct me, Qatar or Saudi Arabia. First coaching experience. And then he goes home at Barcelona, where he wins the title in the first year. And then there is a huge big problem there with I stay, I don't stay, we confirm him, we don't confirm him, we extend, we make it official, and then we still leave. Lot of pressure, lot of doubts. It was Qatar. Bravo, it was Qatar. It was not Saudi Arabia. It was Qatar. It's another coach like Kenny Singh, a calm coach. Then, guys, I don't care about calm coaches. I am a bit more a fire person, so I tend to prefer coaches that are showing me that grinta on the field, like, unfortunately, an Antonio Conte, like even a Pep Guardiola. That Pep Guardiola is a funny character there. Then I love the parts when he's really explaining, screaming, doing, but then I don't like when he's going alone, isolated like that, like an expressive guy. I don't like that. Simeone, guys, Tudor, Simeone. I tend to love that because, also it's important to me to watch these coaches doing like that because they transmit something to me. I'm not speaking with these coaches, so I need to see them acting, to understanding. And because we don't hear them in the stadium, well, we need to have a dialogue with this coach. And how can we dialogue with them? Is through what they are showing us. And the non-verbal is actually making sure that we understand. On the other side, it's really a paradox because my favorite coach all time has always been Marcello Lippi. That was boom, was not moving, was more an introvert in terms of being on the field and speaking to his players. So it was not a really non-verbal communicator, verbal communicator with voice, intonation. No, that was not Marcello Lippi. But Marcello Lippi showed me with fact that it was okay. So, it's not for me a coach that is a motivator, verbal communicator that is better than another one that is not speaking. So I don't really, it's not a fundamental. Then if you give me that on top, I'm happy because I like it. Ancelotti is also is a really relaxed one indeed, Saif. Really relaxed one, Ancelotti. So it's not the one that you will see on the field, and it's one of the coaches, if not the coach that won the most on earth. Trapattoni was fantastic. Trapattoni was fantastic. So I like both coaches. That cannot be decisive. It's on top, and they have their way of doing. But it's true that here you go from a Thiago Motta, if the news would be real, towards a coach a bit similar profile, a young coach with not a lot of experience because he only coached the club that he comes from, which is different than that facing another big club, another reality that is not your home. Because again, Qatar and then Barcelona for 1 season and a half before leaving, or 2 seasons, I don't remember. 2 seasons and a half, I don't remember. Before leaving, and then he didn't train in a team that is not his home. So I would be... And is he the good coach? I tell you, yes, but I don't see potential. I think, honestly, maybe I will be wrong. I think that he already reached the maximum in his career when he won that La Liga trophy with Barcelona, and I think he will continue to coach. We'll maybe see him doing well with smaller teams, but it's a coach that I don't see personally reaching high levels for a really long period. Then maybe I will be wrong, and hopefully for him he will prove me wrong. But no, while Thiago Motta, and I will be extremely unpopular today, I really think that that Thiago Motta can become a huge, big winning coach in the future. Personally, Personally. So if you go for a Thiago Motta, you start with him because he did well not only at Bologna. I don't agree with people who are telling me that it was a miracle year. No, because he did already well when he arrived at Bologna. The first season when he entered, he did well at La Spezia. So it's one that already has a bit of experience in doing well. Never at a big club, never in a club that plays 3 times a week. Now, Xavi is, according to me, the worst answer that you could give. The worst answer that you could give. It's not the profile that we need to go for. It's not, according to me. If really tomorrow Thiago Motta says, I leave, okay? Let's do it like that. Not Juventus sacking Thiago. Thiago says, I leave. I think that the coach that you need to take immediately is him. I'm not sure if you go with him with a long project, but what Juventus together, they find a way to break the negative moment that we are in now, and they do it together, or they need someone that is going with an electroshock, and Tudor is an electroshock. And pay attention, because that was indeed the name that I already told you on the 11th of January. Maybe I didn't say it like that. Pay attention, because then people, they will say that I gave that information from a source. No. I said, guys, if really leaves, I said the name of Tudor, take it there in consideration. It's difficult to translate that or to write down, but I said it in another way. Otherwise, people, they will say, I said in a different way. I said Tudor. People are saying Deschamps. Deschamps has always been a dream of me at Juve, but I will go against my own dreams. Now, why a dream? Because I wanted him to finish the job that he started. But Deschamps, guys, look, guys, you stop with Allegri, okay? You stop with Allegri and you go for Maurizio Sarri. Remember, I don't know if we wanted to go for Guardiola or not. Anyway, you go for Maurizio Sarri for one reason, because you want to change the DNA of Juve. You want to go towards a way of playing that is a bit more entertaining, and you go with Sarri. It's not working with Sarri. You go for Pirlo because of necessity, because you know that you are losing a lot of money. It's not working either, so what do? You go for Max Allegri. Back. It's over with the how do they say, the youngsters on internet, woke nonsense or whatever, and they say basta. We stop with that project of wanting to play to be entertaining. We go back to Max Allegri. It's not that it went better, because Juventus, boom, 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 they were dropping, they were losing money, they were losing talents, etc., etc. We went in an extremely difficult situation with Allegri. Now you start again. You start again with that idea of wanting to offer something more entertaining, more playing, more beautiful to see. You go for Motta. And after 6 months, you will tell us go for Deschamps. And no, because then you're stupid, guys. Huh? Then you're stupid, because you go for a project, and after 6 months you give up totally on that project. And not like that. Then you're just admitting Juventus is not made to play entertaining football. No? No? So I go against a Deschamps that I would love to see back at Juve, with the experience, with that Juventini ties. Always spoke well. But if you do that, that means you really say basta. You really say basta to what you try to do. You change an entire team because you wanted to go towards that, and after 6 months it's not working. We should not. I know you will hate me for that, but we should not listen to the mood of the supporters. At least, no, we should listen, because it's always important to listen. But we couldn't be influenced after 6 months, and because the supporters are not happy, to change. You went for one thing, you go for it. This is also why I always said you go until the end of the season in a coach where you made a pact with, because there is never one that is at fault. Like at Manchester United, don't tell me that Ten Hag is at fault, and this is at fault, and this is at fault, and this is at fault, and this, since now 20 years. Like at Tottenham, Antonio Conte said the same. You have so many coaches, big coaches that came here. Mourinho, the other one, the Greek one. Don't tell me it's always one person. It's something that is not working. So saying now, Thiago Motta, ciao, basta, arrivederci, after 6 months we go for Deschamps would be a disaster. Or changing for another coach like Xavi would make no sense. That, according to me, the potential of Xavi will never happen. So you have a plan, you stick to it. Of course, if really, guys, we are fighting relegation zone tomorrow, you need to change. But you chose for someone, you go for it. Then, attenzione, we don't know what is happening inside. If Thiago Motta and Giuntoli and the players, and it is a hell of a locker room, a hell of a vibes, nobody speaking to each other, they give up in believing. Giuntoli doesn't believe in Thiago Motta doesn't want to speak to Giuntoli. They are not happy with and not aligned with the players that they go for. The players, like we saw maybe with Danilo, but okay, Danilo is an isolated case. Okay, fine, okay, we can agree, we can disagree. But if all the other players are like that as well, then that's something totally different. Then you need to go into the locker room and say, can we solve it? Yes, okay, fine. We cannot solve it. ciao, arrivederci, and we go for someone else. That's something different that I personally here, I don't know. The future of Vlahovic remains to be seen, as he will now have to compete for a starting spot with Kolo Muani. Al Nassr made an inquiry for the Serbian striker in recent days, but the 2000-born player did not consider the destination despite his significant salary. Nothing to be done for the Cristiano Ronaldo's team. Therefore, Vlahovic will remain at Juventus for the time being. If you watched the video of this morning, and if you watched, the video of this morning, I told you this morning, I said, pay attention to the Fagioli, to Danilo, to, Arthur, but also to Cambiaso and Vlahovic, because I'm not excluding a big surprise. And in the intro of today, in the live, today, in the beginning of this live, I told you I'm not excluding one of them to leave. I asked, you remember when I said I asked someone, and they told me, Beppe, I cannot promise you, there is nothing certain in life, but one of them, there are chances that leaves. Or Cambiaso or Dusan Vlahovic, without giving me more names. A lot of people, they think it's over, Vlahovic will stay until the end. No. Look, now Al Nassr went for him. He said no. It's right to say no. He said no, even if he could have earned a lot of money and keeping his salary because he wants to try something. But I can tell you that Juventus is listening. If an offer arrives that is satisfying Juve and the player, of course, that also needs to go to another destination, he leaves. And the voice here, if the player is totally out of the Mercato, like Cristiano Giuntoli told us, you remember when he told us, no, he stays certain 100%, you don't hear the voice of Al Nassr. What does that mean? The agent, Ristic, when he was in Torino, he spoke with him, they know the situation. If you give me an offer, we go. I saw the comment here from our friend Vink Standepede saying, thank you for the donation, my friend. Bring me back Alberto Zaccheroni. Hopefully not. But I would not love to speak too much about possible new coaches. I know it's really, I could make a lot of and tons of views about it because it's trendy. It's always like, when you see that we have, as content creator, for a lot of time, new coaches, it's an interesting topic, so it's really attracting you. I don't want too much because I think it's really people that are putting, like I told you, planting the seed and bit at the inception at the moment, but they try to make it even worse at Juventus Football Club, and I don't want to play too much on that one at the moment. I don't want to play too much on it. We have our problems a lot. We have to solve them. But if we start already breaking everything on top, on the 27th of January, I'm not sure if we will survive. Rocco, grandissimo Rocco. Salve Beppe. Ciao Rocco. That, if I'm not wrong, you made pasta con le pistacchie or al pistacchio, if I'm not wrong. It looked really, really beautiful. It was on your Instagram. It looked extremely well. I didn't know that you were able to cook as good as that. Rocco to glory. So we have a Rocco. He's a real cook, I think. Are you studying to become a cook? No, because it looked really, really good. I wanted to call you to say, Rocco, I don't know. You're in Sweden. Pack them in for me and send me something, even if I'm not sure if you can do that. Looked really, really great. Thank you, Rocco, if you want to confirm or not, if it was you or maybe I dreamt. Matthew, grande Matthew, thank you, my friend, for the donation supporting the channel. Can we just get Zinedine Zidane and call it a day? Can Elkan back up the Brinks truck and get it done? Beppe, you are the Lakers and Phil Jackson is available. You don't hire Mike D'Antoni instead. My friend, I think that you're just speaking to the worst possible person on earth. I have no idea who is Lakers, Phil Jackson, and Mike D'Antoni. I just know Peter Jackson from the Lord of the Rings. I know. Mike D'Antoni, no idea. And Lakers, I have no idea who are these guys. So I don't know who are these guys, with all the respect. Football players, what team are they playing? No idea. No idea. No, when I'm telling you that I'm a Celtic fan, it's not true, guys. I bought the Celtic shirt because I wanted to start understanding NBA. I watched 3 minutes and I said, this is absolutely not for me. What a disaster sport. Seriously. Don't let me speak again about the NBA, because then the people that love the NBA, they will be angry with me. No, I hate that sport. It makes totally no sense. What a really strange sport. USA, I speak. Then in Europe, it's a bit better. But mamma mia. It makes no sense, guys. Why are you watching the entire game? Just go to skip until the end. The last 3 minutes are important in basketball. Who will put it, the last one in the net? 102 at 101. What does that mean? 102 at 101. How many goals do you score? Of course, you're not celebrating. They're celebrating. They go, they eat popcorn, the hot dog, the beer. They don't care about the game. Then you see a guy like a fluffy guy. He's there. Commercial. But no, they were playing, you know. I don't understand. And then they play every 2 days. They never train, bro. I don't understand. I really don't understand. What a really strange sport. What a really strange sport. I was watching last time. I said, but they start, or what is it, exhibition? Because now they start, and then you see like 6 girls. They are trying to sell you, I don't know, the new iPhone. Like, look at that, it's a beautiful. I was watching the game. What are you doing there? Then the other sport is the same. The other sport is the same. NFL, Super Bowl. You have Super Bowl. You watch. It starts to get interesting. Why not? But your team is winning, and your team is losing, of course, at halftime. What do? These guys, at halftime? They decide to organize a concert. In the middle of the halftime, they have a concert. And then the really strange thing of that sport is you look at the stands and you see people, they're singing, pa, 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 they're doing dances, pa, 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 happy. They have the time of their life. But they are dressed with the clothes of the team that is losing. I'm like, if I play Real Madrid Juve, it is 1-1 at halftime. You put me the concert even of Michael Jackson that comes back specially from dead to play me a concert. I will not dance. I will not celebrate. What are you doing? What are you doing? Your team is losing at halftime and you are doing pa, 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 pa. What are you doing? No. This is not understandable. Your team lose, you are crying. What does that mean? What a really strange sport. What a really strange sport. Anyway, let me continue because I told you don't speak about sport because I don't learn. Zidane will not come. It would not even be the right name. No more basketball analogy. I told you, Matthew. Thank you for the. I told you, don't speak about that. Don't speak about sport. I don't understand that. We will come back on that. We have other things to speak about. Mufid, grande Mufid. Also, the Agnelli's back rumors for this. I think that I received a question. Then I will read the message from Francisco. The message also from Colo earlier that I saw and then I totally forgot, so I'm not sure if Colo is still there. Colo, if you're there, say hello, so at least that I answer your question. Thanks to Mufid. Thank you for 7 months. Mufid. So, the question from Colo was, would you be open for a return of Agnelli? And there are indeed a lot of rumors that could possibly be disturbing, yes or not. It's true that Agnelli is a really strong name in history of Juve. First of all, Agnelli, I'm not speaking about Andrea. Agnelli, the name, is Juve. It's synonymous. You know, like when you're typing on Reverso, tell me the synonymous of this word, it's the same. If you type Juventus, you will see somewhere Agnelli, Andrea. Then, guys, on that one, I'm a weak person. I have always told you, that my dream interview, but my dream coffee, to drink a coffee, is with Andrea Agnelli. I have immense respect for what he did for Juve. I acknowledged the mistakes that he did for Juve. I'm a huge big fan of Andrea Agnelli. You can give me everyone. It's not about Elkan. It's not about Ferrero. It's not about whoever presidency. If you give me the name Andrea Agnelli, I run. Because I have always said it, and that has always been my vision. I will never change. Andrea Agnelli is, according to me, the best one for Juve. The best one. That doesn't mean that the other ones are not doing well, that they are not respecting a plan, or whatever. Agnelli, I have always defended him. People are loyal here on the channel. They know. Even if he received criticism for Super League project, or he received criticism for Ronaldo, or for the plus, whatever. I have always defended him. Also, when he did mistakes. I said this was a mistake, for example, but it was because of anticipation, because looking at the bigger picture, but always for Juve. And I always said, if you don't try something, you die. And he didn't want to die. Then sometimes you try some things and it doesn't happen. If you don't do anything, well, people will not blame you, but we will die probably also. But what he did, 34 years old, taking back Juve. 34 years old, taking back Juve from the ashes, from Serie B. From 2 times 7th in Serie A. Bringing them back in a record 9 consecutive Scudetti. Guys, wow. Guys, Marotta has a lot of beautiful skills. I'm grateful for what he did, but he has a lot of weaknesses also that you see at the long term. I would not take Marotta back without denying that it was a really beautiful trio. I will not say duo, but trio. Agnelli with Marotta, with Paratici. That way of working was really a strong trio, plus the other ones that were working at Juve, of course. Agnelli's Agnelli. But the other ones, he didn't wait any second before going to Inter. But are they disturbing, these voices? No, you know why? Because they are not speaking about tomorrow. The rumors are saying that Agnelli would love to link with partners, like in Saudi Arabia, a fund investment, to go in 2-3 years take over Juve. It's coming also from people that are having a lot of nostalgia from Andrea Agnelli. So if you listen to the voices from where they are coming, the sources, you will see that these profile, I know them really well, who they are. It's a lot of time people that have that nostalgia of Agnelli, nostalgia of Allegri, nostalgia of a winning Juve that went to the finals of Champions League. That doesn't mean that they are lying, but that's where it's coming from. Maybe they have some contacts, I don't know. But they are never speaking about tomorrow. They are speaking about longer term. So on longer term, guys, it's not as disturbing as Xavi has been contacted to replace Thiago Motta. Francisco Hermano Panita Rivera. Thank you, my buddy. My friend, is Jurgen Klopp available? Would you get him for Juventus? I would think about it. But Jurgen is something else, guys. Look, I never like to say I would take tomorrow Jurgen Klopp instead of Thiago Motta, because I think it's really disrespectful for the coach of my Juventus. You know that. I don't like to do that, because if I start to fantasize, if I start to have dreams about another coach and making a casting, it means I already give up. It's like when you are with your wife or with your man or whatever, and you start thinking too much about the other one, then there is a huge problem in the relationship. Or maybe she accepts, but I don't think that Thiago will accept to have an extra coach on the bench. No, they will not coach with two. So I don't believe that. Sometimes in couples it works. I don't think that this will happen at you having two coaches next to each other. But it means that it's already over. So I don't like to already fantasize now without any doubt. No, I have no experience. No, Pecci, don't put me in problems, Pecci. You know that my wife sometimes she tunes in to say hello. No, don't put in troubles. I have no experience. I heard a friend told me. Now, now, Jurgen Klopp is a coach. No. Why can't we have just a normal life? Jurgen Klopp is absolutely a coach that I love. I really love. I really love. Really. Charisma, experience, winner. As long as you keep him only 6 years. Don't go with him for 7 years. But if we can go with 6 years, also international appeal. But I don't know why people are speaking about Klopp. Klopp is now out of coaching. He went to manage all the Red Bull teams. So it's not even possible. But Jurgen is a coach that I have always appreciated. You know who I don't like? Who I don't like is coaches a la De Zerbi. I don't like Spalletti. I don't like Roberto Mancini. I think that if you tell me, make a ranking of coaches that you don't want at Juve, from big names, probably it would be these three. Italian ones, I don't think that Zidane will work in this Juve. Then if you tell me, could Zidane have taken back after Allegri left, for example? I think that Zidane would have been an ideal name back then, instead of Sarri. You had a lot of champions at Juve. You had a team that lost the final of Champions League. You could have Mr. Champions League, you know. That would have been a totally different story. But in this Juve, Zidane is a big risk. And I don't even think that he would accept it. He wants to go to the French national team. So it makes no sense. Dusan sold me. Die, Juan. No, I cannot read that. I cannot read your comment but thank you for the donation, of course. But no, you know that's not. It's a nice joke, but you know that we have a lot of people that are watching the channel. People are watching now, but it's maybe the afternoon. The kids are just at home. I need to pay attention to that. And then the other one, I want to read it with a lot of pleasure. Agnelli 2025, make Juventus great again. I would not go for that kind of slogan because I don't like politics to enter too much on the channel and in Juve. But it will not happen because, again, all the rumors are saying you need a bit of time, you need a bit of before really it can possibly happen. So then again, I told you I have a weak spot for Andrea Agnelli. You know that. Vic Decano. Grande, thank you, my friend. Really appreciate it. Ciao, Beppe. I thought of the silliest name possible because Motta will for sure end the season. How we start the season makes me want to believe. Wait, I thought of the silliest name possible because Motta will for sure end the season. How we started the season makes me want to believe. Ah, because you are referring. Oh, Vic. First of all, you change name like this. You are Vic the Standepede, and then you become Vic Decano. First of all. And then, in the meanwhile, I believe I read like 150 comments. But indeed. Now I remember. No, guys, it's, again, except if the locker room explodes, disaster, Thiago Motta is there at least until the end of the season. At least. So, no. And then, guys, at the moment it's not working. We know it. We have a lot of things to address, but you see, guys, you see what is happening. I make videos here. I speak about players. I explain players. I scout players. And then what is happening is that the other ones are running. These guys are just following the channel, and then what is happening? Can you send me the link, guys? Who said that? Ah, you tagged me. Di Marzio. Survey for Mikao Datse. 30 million. Oh, 30 million. 30 million. 30 million. I already told them about Manu Kone. They didn't even know the player. They didn't know who it was, Manu Kone. And look, he's doing well with Roma. Manu Kone, now Mikao Datse. What a disaster. This guy is strong, huh? Believe me, this guy is strong. What if we don't finish top 4? Would you still believe in Motta? I always told you, and then Zegorova will go there as well. Bravo. I always told you, guys, top 4 is crucial, vital. Then if you do it with top 5 and you qualify to Champions League, it's good as well. We need to qualify to Champions League. If he doesn't, guys, and Juventus, they continue with him, because they believe that he can do it, because they built it, I will accept it. But of course, guys, I will not be that happy, because in that first year, with all the respect, these were not my expectations. It will depend a lot about how we will finish the season. Will Cope work? Will Douglas Lewis work? Will the new player that will arrive work? Will there be a streak of victory? And we need to speak about 3 victories in a row as soon as possible that we didn't get this season at all. So there are a lot of things that you need to consider before saying, do I believe, do I not believe, do I stop believing if we enter top 4, not top 4. It's much more than only that, but that top 4 has always been, to me, an extremely important one. Buonanotte, Steve. Grande, Steve. Non penso che voglia andare, non penso che dovrebbe andare, perché penso che è un giocatore che Secondo me se va all'Al Nassr adesso, dopo ci ripensa, dopo 6 mesi, un anno, e dopo vuole tornare perché è un giocatore che vuole dimostrarsi sui palcoscenici più grandi. Dunque secondo me no, per adesso, secondo me no. We win against Benfica, got easier. It's not written anywhere that we will have easier playoffs if we beat Benfica. We don't know against who we will play because it's a mess. That Champions League format, I want to give you also an update when it will be over, that first round. But it's a mess. At the moment, it's a mess. I already anticipate you that. You know that I didn't watch the ranking seriously a single time. There were some match days I didn't even watch it because I knew Juventus is like 7th and it's okay. But I never watched seriously the ranking of Champions League. So far, I never. I don't know about the ranking. Tell me who is 33rd. I don't know. I just know Liverpool is first. Barcelona is second. I know that Inter and Atalanta and Milan are at the moment there on top. But I have no idea, guys. So, and that's annoying, huh? If you are not watching a ranking seriously, it's annoying. No? Yes or no? Am I the only one? Carrefour is saying the same. Juventus is 47th. Steve S83 is a new member. Thank you. Welcome, Steve. Really, really, really thank you. Welcome. Welcome, my friend. Let me see if today we grew again. To the moon. To the moon. Grande. Grande Juventini. You are the best. You are the best. Bah, 1 hour 33. We spoke about a lot, no? But Danilo, I have no time, guys, to go through the words. I tell you one thing about Danilo. And Danilo. No, I have no... Because it will take another 30 minutes if I start speaking about Danilo. I can tell you one thing. If there is a shirt there, if there is the poster there, it's because it's a man of values. Huge man of values, I can guarantee you that. That didn't get along. I made a video about Danilo some time ago where I said Danilo should have left in the summer. What I didn't say back then was Juventus should have told him clearly, leave. I think it's a pity that Juventus has not been more clear with Danilo in telling him leave. And probably they have been too clear now in the winter in leave, putting him out of the team. Look, when a player like Danilo, that you can like, that you don't like, because I will not miss him on the field, honestly, because the performances were not there anymore. It is a reality. But I will really miss him as a man. My door will always be open for Danilo. Will always be open for Danilo. Always. Because he's a man that has always respected Juve in words and in facts. The first player that nobody's saying. I'm sad about that. Huh? But we are praising Camoranesi, Trezeguet, Buffon, Del Piero, Nedved because they stayed with us when we were relegated in Serie B. These players are legends, heroes, will never be forgotten. They did something incredible. That they played well, that they didn't play well anymore, whatever. These players, they cannot do any wrong for Juventini. But don't forget that when on the papers Gazzetta dello Sport was writing Juventus risks to go in second division again because of the plusvalenza gate, because the management, the board were all leaving Juve because they all dismissed themselves. You remember the chaos. The first one to say, I renew my contract today without knowing what the future will be, was Danilo. In a difficult moment, a player, and we are speaking now about 2 seasons ago, that could have easily said, what is happening here? I wait, I see, I don't even speak at the end of the season, I make sure I leave. And probably if we would have sent in Serie B, luckily it didn't happen, guys, he would have been the first one to be there, and he would not have left. So guys, I don't forget about that. I don't forget about this summer when he said, guys, is it a problem, the clause that I have that if I play 50% of the game, you are obliged to renew myself? Take it away. I don't forget that after a really bad first season with Sarri, he decides to go from the number 13 to the number 6 because he studied the story of Juve. And guys, it's the first one that tells me I chose a number for a player, for a huge player, a player like Gaetano Scirea. We can say, but he's leaking, Oh, it's the first player I heard. I take that number in honor of someone that represented Juve and that still represents Juve. I will never forget that. I will never forget that. Never, never in my life. I think that he has been a captain of Juve in the most recent disaster period of Juve, unfortunately, which make us looking at him as well. Some of us, not all of us, some of us looking at him like not a great captain. I'm happy that he left, out of my team, etc., etc. What kind of captain were you? Because we are in a negative Juve. Hey, sometimes you need to be also lucky in the moment where you arrive to in a team. Controversial words, there were some in the words about that project where he didn't agree. But again, a lot of people pissed off about Rabiot. He left. Look at him. Look at how he is. They wanted money, money, money. The luck that Rabiot had was that he was out of contract. And he said, I don't agree with that project. I leave. I don't renew. I take the risk of not going to another team, to have the same. I don't care. I leave. Then we will see. I always told you that. Rabiot, Danilo, players that comes from the old guard, from the Agnelli, Allegri management. Don't forget about that. Anyway, there is a bomba. Apparently, I don't want to call it a bomba. They're speaking about the backstage story of Todibo. Kevin Thuram is calling Todibo to Juve. What is needed? I don't think, Thomas, that it's about how the season would have looked like, because he knew, for example, last season that he would not have played Champions League. He decided to stay with Allegri because he was believing in values about this, which he probably didn't believe in that much now. I'm not sure about the Pirlo season, but maybe a project that he didn't believe in. Probably. The backstage. What is needed? And Carlo is already telling this guy is already injured for 5 weeks. Disaster. So let me read. Kevin is calling to Todibo. You predicted. Did I say that? When did I say that? I don't remember. I don't even remember. Could be that I said that Kevin should call Todibo, but boo, I don't. I say so many things that I don't remember. There is no tea anymore. So, if there is a player that is hoping that the deal between West Ham and Juventus for Todibo goes through, is with the benediction, with the approval from Bonne nuit, Sylvain. Ciao, Brock. Is Kevin Thuram. They were friends when they were playing at Nice. They have an excellent relationship, which is true. And we don't exclude the fact that they could have hurt themselves over the phone in the last few days. Look, when you start with we don't exclude the fact that possibly they called each other in the last few days, that means we don't know. No? If you say we can't, look at that. They have an excellent relationship, fact. And we can't exclude the fact that they could have possibly hurt themselves in the last few days. What does that mean? What does that mean? Anyway, Todibo opened totally to the survey that we explained you in the last few days. Now it will depend of West Ham, with of course the the agreement of Nice, that still don't have the guarantees on the obligation. Juventus is available to take him only on loan, but we need to wait. Wait. I didn't even remember that. What a disaster, Beppe. We have a video. We have it on video. Wait. I will save it and then I will upload it. But it's a long one. Huh? Wait. Stay with me. Bear with me. Bear with me from Barry White. Wait. Up. We save it. Up. And then I will put it on. So now I'm expecting Kefren Thuram to do a bit the same thing with Todibo, but with a French accent. French. Wait.
Jean-Claire, qu'est-ce que tu fous?
Because we don't hear
Jean-Claire,
anything.
vas-y, viens. Comme tu Juve. Comme tu la Juve. Comme tu la Juve, Jean-Claire.
Wait, I will play it again. Look, I will play it again. Indeed, hey, that's a beautiful t-shirt, by the way. It was in the summer. Look at that. I play it again. Are you ready? We go.
So now I'm expecting Kefren Thuram to do a bit the same thing with Todibo, but with a French accent. French. Jean-Claire, qu'est-ce que tu fous? Jean-Claire, vas-y, viens. Comme tu Juve. Comme tu la Juve. Comme tu la Juve, Jean-Claire. We need to win the Scudetto. Mon papa has win the Scudetto. You can win as well the Scudetto, but you need to come. Because I can play in the midfield. You can play not in the midfield, but we have the problem. In the defense, there is nobody, huh? So we count on you. Hey, Jean-Claire, Todibo. Vas-y, don't take the plane to go to West Ham. West Ham. We don't say in French the letter W. West Ham is not a good team, hein? It's not even playing the Champions League, la Coupe des Champions. Oui, mon papa. He's playing Barcelona, he's playing it a lot of teams. But now, you see the installations, les infrastructures of Juventus de Turin? La vieille dame, the old lady. You come to Juve, we will win the Scudetto. Because it's not normal that my brother win the Scudetto. For Inter, he's win already, now it's my turn, and I count on you. You need to be there next to Bremer. Bremer with the numéro 3. You take the number 25 de Rabiot parce qu'il est parti. 25 of Todibo, the same number that you had in another team. It's not a problem. Hein? But if you don't come, it's a problem. Yes. Des Jeux Olympiques is great in France, okay? Pas de problème. But I don't go to Jeux Olympiques because I need to win the l'équipe de France. Because I was thinking you would come with me to play in center defense. Moi, je joue in the midfield and together you take the ball. You catch the ball. You catch the ball here in the foot of the opponent. And then you give the ball to me. You give the ball, I receive. I do like this. I look right, I look left. And then I give the ball to Douglas Luiz. Douglas Luiz, Samba do Brasil. With Douglas Luiz, and then we go and we score. C'est comme ça, le football. It's like this, easy. But if you don't come and you go to West Ham, c'est problème, hein? Il y a gros ce problème, yeah. So now I'm expecting.
I'm sorry for that. I totally took it away from my memory. I'm sorry. I will never do it again. Thank you to Thank you to Saraz to give that one. It was on the 8th of August 2024. You see how many stupid things I said. I said, come, we will fight for the Scudetto. Come, you will play next to Bremer with the number 3. I said, what did I say? You give the ball to Douglas Luiz and we'll do the magic. But it was a really funny moment. Maybe he can come and then he can turn the season around. Because probably that's where it went wrong. But that call between Thuram and Todibo, we already anticipated it. Translate, Beppe, we don't understand it. What do you mean you don't understand it? It was English. Guys, Kenny, what do you mean translate? It is in English. Oh, what a disaster. What a disaster. Antonio said this was fantastic. Yeah, but I remember in the summer when it's Mercato is crazy, when it's really hot in the middle of the night, then we go crazy. Huh? But you know why? Summer is always crazy because you played, you know how many games? 0. But it's not in French, it's in English. Yeah, of course, there were some few words in French, but just join. I'm sure you will end soon. No, it's over. We stop. Juan Mayo. So, guys, thank you to Orion45. It wasn't in French. Can you see? Juan is saying, please no Xavi. At a certain moment, we spoke long about Xavi, and we said the same. I did the jinx. Steve, bonne nuit. Kevin, it was really good. Thank you, Kenny. Ciao, Neven. Oh, don't forget, for the people that are still here, I didn't even ask one time to put a maximum of like, and indeed, 232, which is not a lot. If we go towards here, bomba, no bomba. It's okay. We grow, huh? Road to 36k, step by step. And don't forget, on Thursday, because Thomas is telling me, sometimes I don't receive the notification ring. On Thursday, don't forget, we have a big live with already 3 guests.
Now I'm expecting Kefren Thuram to do a bit the same thing with Todibo.
Here. Juve Talk, Juventini of the World. I remember, you know why I said I'm expecting him to do the same thing? Because it was Danilo that convinced Douglas Luiz to come to Juve. Do you remember that story? When Douglas Luiz was sleeping and Danilo and Bremer, they were going in the bed of wait, let me finish, guys. Wait. They were going in the room, not in the bed, in the room of Douglas Luiz saying, hey, come, Juve, la Juve. You remember? And that's where I said, Kefren, you need to do the same with Todibo. You need to call him, you need to stalk him. Kolo is saying, in February 38k. February 38k. Guys, we don't have the same level of channel, Kolo. You can have a 3k in 1 month. According to me, that will be, especially February, the shortest month of the year. And without Mercato, so it will slow down also the growth. Let's see. I'm not as convinced as you, Kolo, but Kolo knows. You're one of my next guests for these ones. So pay attention to you. So Juve Talk, Juventini of the World on Thursday, 9:30 p.m. Italian time, which is 8:30 in UK, which is 3:30 p.m. in New York, and then you adapt where you live, of course. We see each other with 3 great guests. These are the first ones from a long series of every Thursday here on the channel, live with guests, so that Pepe stop speaking and we also hear the opinion of other ones. You want to try to guess at least one guest? You want to try at least one guest? Because I know already there are 3 of them. You want to go with one guest and then we close? Go, you can go. Agnelli, Nedved, and Allegri. Mamma mia, that would be a bomb. Then the channel will go to 38,000, but not reaching 38. Going with plus 38,000 in one live. I can guarantee you that. Unfair with February being shorter than the rest of the month. It's true. Principino. No, guys, calma. I would love that these lights work really well so that I can go maybe and one day reach Principino. But we will start calma. No. Colo, I will invite him for in the next episodes one day to come. Danilo, you know that I was thinking, let's contact Danilo, but he will never do that. No, it's not the next player of Juve. It's not the next player of Juve yet. I hope that we can do that. Hamilton, yes, it's Hamilton. Cope, Doogie, and Vlahovic. Okay, I see that the guys today, they are in the mood. We don't want to. Pueblo Juve, I would love Joshua to come as well one day. Yeah, I like that. Miros Krasi, I don't know if he learned English. You will see. Follow the social media and you will see soon. Ci vediamo. Grazie, forza. Juve. Ciao. Ciao a tutti. One is working on television. One is a lot present on younger generation social media. And one has never been here on the channel, but is really good. It will be a beautiful one.